Hey y'all, hey, come on in the room, y'all. Ooh, let me cut on my ring light. Time. Come on in the room for apples, anyone. There we go, ring light on. I need a filter, child, cause I ain't got no makeup on right now. Let's see how that one look. Ooh, not that. Okay. Hey y'all, come on in the room. You can bring your snacks. This is gonna be a girl talk tonight with me and Sephra, Marie, PJs, and PCOS. Sephra will be joining me in a few minutes. I don't know what's going on with the ring light, y'all. Come on in the room, chat. Come on in the room. PJs and PCOS. Let's talk. Apples, anyone? We're going to explain that meaning tonight, that title. What does apples, anyone mean? We're going to discuss the apple shapes, all that. So come on in the room. Here we go. Try to get this ring light together, y'all. Ooh, look at that lace, child. Ooh. The lace is showing. But she's still cute, though, so it's all good. Come on, y'all. Come on in the room. We're going to have a good combo tonight. This is, I believe, the first installment of PJs and PCOS. I was invited on by Sephra, and I'm so excited to be doing a live with you all and chit-chatting. Let me look at the camera. My last live, I was looking at the camera and I ain't like that. So, looking at the camera now. I was too busy looking at me instead of looking at the camera. But here we go. Looking at the camera now. All right. Let me put me on some lipstick. And we're ready to get started. All right, let's get the convo started. How was y'all day? I hope y'all had a good day. I'll tell y'all a little bit about my day. Today was my lazy day. I had a lazy Saturday today. I didn't do much. Ran a few errands, but that's about it. Am I dark? I think that's good. All right. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:04 p.m.
7:04. I'm gonna give y'all one more minute, and I'm gonna get this thing started. This thing rocking. Y'all like my PJs? This is a PJs. It's like a little. Show y'all. I can't really see, but it's like a little nightgown. It's cute. Those nightgowns, shoot, I can wear this as a dress. It's cute to me. All right. So let's get started. If you're coming on late, that's okay, because this live video will be posted again, this live discussion. If you're joining again, hello and welcome to PJs and PCOS. How you gonna join, Sephra? You want me to add you? You gotta send me a request, I think. But yes, y'all, welcome to PJs and PCOS. I believe this is the first installment of this live. This live is the baby of Sephra. This is Sephra's baby, the PJs and PCOS, and she invited me on. If those of you who don't know me, my name is Chrissy Taylor. I am a published plus size model, and she reached out to me via Instagram and wanted to have me on and, you know, see how it works, see what we can do. So welcome to PJs and PCOS. So come on in the room, you guys. We're going to have some good discussion tonight. We're going to be diving into the apple bellies. That's what our topic meant. Apples, anyone? That means apple bellies, anyone? Can we get some love for the apple bellies? Like, come on. Can we get a round of applause, some love for the apple bellies? So tonight, we're going to be talking about what apple bellies are, what it means to be apple shaped. We're going to be discussing some pros and cons of having an apple belly, and Sephra is going to tell us a little bit about her story with having PCOS, and I'm going to share my story with having insulin resistance. And you know, we're just going to talk about our journeys, what it was like growing up with the apple shape, talk about our journeys from like a healthcare standpoint. How did, you know, our healthcare providers, how were they trying to help us, and things like that. So make sure if you're joining in, if you would like to comment or say anything, that's what the little comment box is for. Let us know, and we'll keep our eye on that as much as possible. Let me grab my little note card so we can get started. So apples, anyone? For those of you who don't know, the shapes, women have different shapes of bodies. There's the apple shape, the pear shape, the Coke bottle shape, you know, the one that's praised and that's supposedly the most loved shape in, I think it's just in America, it might be in the world. But anyway, apple shape is a shape. So what does it mean to be apple shaped? I'm gonna give y'all the clinical definition. So according to the Mayo Clinic, it's a world-renowned clinic, having an apple shape is when a person has a larger waist and they carry a lot of weight around their abdomen. Let's see, and there's another definition from EE Health, is a person who has ample waist and tendency to gain more weight in their abdomens. So I can speak to the weight in the abdomens. I am apple shaped. I'm a proud apple shaped queen diva. That's what I call myself. I embrace my apple belly, and y'all who follow me, y'all know I represent for the big belly queens, the apple belly queens. So I definitely carry my weight in the upper part of my body. I'm trying to show y'all. In the upper part, that's just my chest, but anyway, y'all who follow me, y'all know. So I carry my weight in my breast and in my stomach, and that is also a characteristic of apple shaped women. We tend to have broader shoulders, big breasts or big busts, and our bellies as well. Now, as far as the ample waist, I guess ample waist is about right, because I think the last time I measured my waist, it was like, I think it was like a 40 or something. So yeah, that's right. Ample waist is right. I just get confused with waist and like hips, because when they say ample waist, I'm like, I was thinking, I guess, more hips and like curvy. I'm not a curvy apple babe. I'm not sure if there is such a thing, because a lot of the women that I see and the women that I follow who are apple shaped, they're bigger on top and smaller on the bottom. So we tend not to have like any curves or no butt. So that's why I was kind of thrown by the ample waist. But like I said, waist and hips, curves, that's two different things. So when you measure your waist, yes, I guess it would be ample. So that's what it means to be apple shaped. We just carry more of our weight in our belly. Some people carry their weight in their hips, but apple shapes, we just tend to carry more weight in our belly. That's just how our body is. After years of being apple shaped, you know, of course I kind of wondered, why am I like this? Why is my body like this or whatever? And after years of going to the doctor, we're going to touch on this a little bit later, but after years of going to the doctor, I discovered that I have insulin resistance. And so that's one of the reasons that I am apple shaped. And I feel like your genetics definitely have a lot to do with the way you are shaped. On my father's side, my father, he is a larger man. He would be apple shaped as well. Are men apple shaped? I didn't look that one up. We have to see. We're going to have to touch on that several. Do men consider themselves apple shaped? But I would consider him apple shaped because he has, what's that? Apple shaped is when you carry more of your weight in your midsection, like in your belly and your abdomen. That's what it means to be apple shaped. I don't know if, you know, men who carry more weight in their belly, if they consider themselves apple shaped or not. But for the purposes of this live, we're going to say my dad is apple shaped because he carries more of his weight in his belly. And that was passed on to me through genetics because, you know, his brothers and sisters, my aunts and uncles, they're shaped the same way. So we already got genetics, and then we have I wouldn't call it a disease, maybe a disorder, insulin resistance. So those are the two factors that go into the reason why I am apple shaped. And Sephra, she's on her way. When she gets on, we will discuss, you know, more about the apple shape, and she will share her health history as well and what impacts her with being apple shaped. So let's move on to some pros and cons of being apple shaped. So I think the biggest pro of being apple shaped is that you're unique. I mean, it's not too many people shaped like you. There are some, but it's not, I don't think, too many. And I feel like no matter what shape you are, you was created in God's image, so you're beautiful. So that's the huge pro with being apple shaped. Unfortunately, I have more cons than I have pros. But don't get that twisted now. I love being belly shaped. It took me some years. I'm belly shaped, Lord. I love being apple shaped. It took me some years to embrace my body and love my body for the way it is. But, you know, I'm there now. I'm accepting of my body. And now that I know what's going on with it, as far as, you know, disorders and genetics, I know how I can better take care of my body. But some cons with being apple shaped, I would say it's that you're bigger on top than you are on the bottom. Sometimes that makes it harder to find clothes that fit you well, because either clothes are tight up top and then they're loose at the bottom, like some dresses, or they're loose at the top and tight on the bottom. So that kind of makes it hard. But the fashion industry has definitely stepped up their game with the plus size fashions. So it's getting much easier to dress our bodies as an apple shaped woman. But there's still, you know, some struggles, especially like with the cute matching sets that a lot of brands sell. It can be hard because they sell them like together. So if you get like a 3X, for me, if I get a 3X, I have to get a 3X because I'm top heavy, I'm busty. So it'll fit in the top, but then the pants is like falling off me or not fitted in the little booty that I do have because the 3X is too big. But there's so many brands now that have the sets separate, which I love, because that way I can get my top in a 3X, get my bottom in a 1X, and we're good to go. So I guess that'll be another pro with apple shape, is that the fashion industry and the world is finally recognizing us and recognize that we exist, that there is a different shape in the world. Yes, for some reason, the Coke bottle shape is the most desired shape, and so many women are trying to get that shape, but then there's still so many women that don't have that shape. We're apple shaped. And the world is realizing that. So back to some cons. I would say some cons would also be my low hanging belly. Although I love my fupa, y'all, I embrace my fupa. But you know, sometimes I just wish my belly would just be in one, like in this compartment where it's supposed to be. Like, why is you hanging? You know? So that would be a con. And the biggest con that I have about being apple shaped is that it's harder to lose weight. It's hard to lose weight in your abdomen, especially when, you know, about, I would say 80 or 90% of your fat is in your abdomen. It's so hard to lose weight. Like, I tend to lose weight in my arms and my legs and my face first versus my stomach. I don't know if it could be with the type of exercise that I'm doing, because I do a lot of walking and like on the treadmill. That's probably why my legs are like stronger, and I guess that doesn't help with me being smaller on the bottom than I am on top, because I'm, you know, doing all that leg work, all that cardio. So I don't know, but that's one of the cons, definitely, with being apple shaped, is that it's harder to lose weight in your abdomen. And I'm going to touch a little bit on growing up as an apple shape. I'm not sure about Sephora, but I was always heavier as a kid. I was always bigger than the other girls. So of course I faced teasing a lot. You know, kids are just, I think kids are the worst, especially teenagers and stuff like that. I faced teasing. It was very hard. Of course, it led to like depression and suicidal thoughts, suicide attempts, and something that I can recall being called when I was younger by a guy. You know, he referred to me as a upside down bowling pin. And of course, that was very, very hurtful as a teenager. Like I said, I am bigger on top. Apple shapes are usually bigger on top than we are on the bottom. So now that I'm older, I can kind of see his comparison, but I mean, that was hurtful. He didn't say it in a, of course, a kind way. He didn't say it like that. So that was very hurtful. It was just hard growing up with a apple shape. Besides the teasing, I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 1991. So when I was growing up, like shopping and stuff, that was in like the early 2000s. And fashion, it was not where it is now. So it was extremely hard to find cute clothing as a tween or as a teenager. I remember, as I guess the tween is what they call it now, I remember wearing like girls plus. Like I said, I've always been heavier. So I couldn't wear the standard girls clothes. I would wear girls plus. And the only store that I can recall that had that was JCPenney. So I used to love going shopping there because they had trendier, they started to have trendier clothes for me as a tween. But as a teenager, like I can just recall one year in middle school going back to school shopping, and I just couldn't find anything. The women's clothes or the plus size. I remember there was like a Catherine's. I think me and my mom went to the Catherine's, and I was just like, oh my God. I don't know if y'all familiar with Catherine's, but it's kind of like Lane Bryant. And no shade to Lane Bryant, but I think Lane Bryant has come around. I don't know. I haven't shopped there lately. But no shade to them. But back in the day, the Catherine's clothes, the Lane Bryant's clothes, that stuff was ugly. It just looked like a bank teller clothes. Like nothing a teenager would want to wear. So I remember going to that store at Catherine's and just leaving out feeling so depressed and so discouraged. And I just remember the only thing I got that year to wear back to school was like these big big colored shirts from Foot Action. That was horrible. That was a horrible year. That's all I had was these solid color shirts. And for some reason, I didn't like my arms back then. Like, I would look for those little thin jackets to go over like my shirts and stuff, because I didn't like my arms. I don't know why. I don't feel like they were no bigger than they are now, but I guess it was just my mindset. I mean, when you're teased by so many kids, like, that's just how you feel. Because before anyone called it to my attention that I was bigger or heavier than the other kids, I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with me. But when people start teasing you and picking at you, and then when you go to like TV shows or a magazine and all you see is the little skinny girls, it makes you feel like, yeah, something's wrong with me. I'm not right. Why did God create me like this? Like, this was early on in my body image struggles. Those are thoughts that I had. So growing up as an apple-shaped young woman was very, very tough. It definitely got much better. I wouldn't even say college. I would say in the past 2 years, like, due to social media and finding the body positive community, and now that more, fashion brands and magazines and, just the media itself is realizing that there are plus size women and we're all shaped differently. We come in all different shapes and sizes. So that kind of helps it to be better. That's what has helped me to embrace my apple shape and, to be proud of my little apple belly. So yes, let's see, we're still waiting on ᴏᴏ to come on in, but that's just a little bit about my journey and my struggles with being apple shaped as a younger woman. Let's see, as an older woman, like I said, I don't really have any struggles. I can't think of no struggles. Like I said, of course, I would love my stomach to be in, in the area where it's supposed to be, but it's just, that's not where it is. I accepted it. So let's see, what else is on the agenda tonight? Was I always apple shaped? I was always apple shaped. Like I said, I was always heavier as a young girl. So I'm going to speak to you all about my insulin resistance. I did kind of touch on it earlier. This also goes back to being a child. I remember every year, going to the doctor, getting my yearly physical, and, of course, weight. That was the biggest concern for my doctor. Weight and that little stupid ass BMI chart. She's not in the right range for her age. She's overweight. And I had this like black patch on the back of my neck when I was younger. That was the first warning sign, the first signal to my doctor that, oh, she's pre-diabetic. That was the first signal. And that led to like blood tests and seeing what was going on with my A1C levels. And I just didn't like, no matter what they tried, we could not get my A1C levels down. So we discovered that I have insulin resistance. So what is that, you ask? I'm gonna give you my medical definition again. This is also from the Mayo Clinic. So insulin resistance is when your cells become too resistant to insulin. And insulin is a hormone that regulates glucose. And so this leads to an elevated blood glucose level, which over time leads to pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Praise the Lord. Oh, you can relate. Praise the Lord that I don't have type 2 diabetes. I never had type 2 diabetes. Thank God for that. Pre-diabetic, It's something I've been hearing like all my life as a teenager. She's pre-diabetic. She's pre-diabetic. Pre-diabetes. You know, that's something I've heard a lot. So I think about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, once I guess stopped seeing a pediatrician and started seeing a regular primary care physician, that's when we discovered that I had insulin resistance. And some symptoms of insulin resistance is extreme thirst or hunger, feeling hungry after meals, increased or frequent urination, and of course, high blood sugar level, which can be determined in like your blood work that you know normally get during your yearly physical. So that's how it was discovered for me. Those are the symptoms. There's the treatment for it. I mean, they can put you on medicine for weight loss. That's the main treatment for insulin resistance, is they want you to lose weight. But even without the medications, you know, a treatment would be just working out, getting regular exercise, 30 minutes a day, a vigorous activity, cardio to increase your heart rate, and changing what you eat. I ain't gonna say, I'll be honest with y'all. I should I should avoid carbs. I should be on a low carb diet. Am I on that now? No, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna change my lifestyle. I'm getting older now. I gotta change my lifestyle. I gotta do better. I understand. But this is a treatment for that, for insulin resistance, is having a low carb diet or the Mediterranean diet. That's what the doctors tend to recommend, along with the physical activity. That can also the low carb diets, and I think the Mediterranean diet too is also good for apple shape. Like if you're trying to lose weight in your belly, you can follow those diet plans. Okay, Zephyr's ready. It says it's not letting you request. Okay, let me see if I can add you. No, you have to request. Why it's not letting you request? Oh, I can invite you to join. Let me send you an invite. Okay, I sent you the invite. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey.
Excuse my background. I am all over the place.
You are fine.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? I'm trying to figure out why I can't hear you in my headphones. Has my audio been? I have my earbuds in.
Can you
I
hear
hope
me
my
now?
audio been weird. Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear my headphones.
Okay.
Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh, yeah,
I hear you.
clearly.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How are
Okay, so I was just telling them a little bit about my insulin resistance and like I guess treatment. There's really no treatment, you know, like what they recommend that I do. But since you have joined us, Sephra, let's go back. Let's talk about the apple shape. We're going to start from the beginning. Apples anyone. What does that title mean? Apples anyone.
To me that title means apples anyone basically means have you seen an apple shape? When you see an apple shape, how do you react to it? Because before I knew I was apple shaped, and still to this day, sometimes when I see my midsection, I'm taken aback by it, because not a lot of people celebrate us as apple shaped women. And even when you say I'm apple shaped, people laugh. Like, what's funny? So I can't be
Right.
apple shaped, but she could be Coke bottle shaped.
Exactly.
So really, apples anyone means we're here, we're in your face. Today I woke up apple shaped. Tomorrow I'm going to be apple shaped. And just that part.
That part. Yes. So I started with the I guess clinical definition
Right.
of apple shape. Girl, I did some research. Let's see where did it go. On the Mayo Clinic said apple shape is when a person has a larger waist and carry a lot of weight around their abdomen.
Definitely.
That's definitely what an apple shape is. And with my genetics, and now that I know I have insulin resistance, that explains to me why I carry most of my weight in my midsection.
All right.
And another characteristic of being apple shaped for women is like they have broader shoulders and have a larger bust. And my breasts are just too big. So that is definitely one thing I relate to. Like all my weight, like legit, all my weight is my chest and my abdomen, like right in here. That's all my weight. Because my legs are tiny. I don't have any thighs. I don't have any hips. Don't really have curves. And I don't think my arms are that big. So all my weight is just under my neck. Like if you just see me like right now, how I'm just sitting, you'll be like, oh, okay, I still feel like I look like plus size because of my face, my cheeks and stuff is big. But you don't think my stomach is, big. But when I stand up, you see on my chest, my stomach, that's just how it is. That's where the weight is on me.
Definitely, I can relate to that. Like, I have no arm, whatsoever.
You
My
don't.
legs I don't. It's bad. My legs are small. My
Are
behind
you
is
busty?
small. Huh?
Are you busty, like top heavy?
Nah, sis, not, not at all. I am. The reason my bust, like my size is larger, like I'm a triple D, but that's because of the broad shoulders and the back.
Okay.
So I'm not, once I lose, and this is another topic we're going to touch on tonight. Once I lose the weight, I'm planning to get a tummy tuck, and I'm planning to use that method to lose this weight. I'm not, based on the PCOS, I am plus size, but like you said, I'm belly and back. That's all I am, belly and back. That is where I hold all my weight at. And just to touch on exercising, I heard you mention that for apple-shaped women. PCOS, women with PCOS tend to be apple-shaped, but we can't follow all the same regimens as every apple-shaped woman. So with us, we're fighting hormonal imbalances. So we get more than weight gain and the testosterone. I don't know if you can see, but hirsuism is real. I'm shaving every day to keep that down, and the hair goes here, here, and here.
Wow.
So you might wake up with a random hair on your back. You might wake up and, you get the 8-9 hours of sleep, but you still wake up extremely fatigued. It's because of the PCOS. And we
That's what PCOS is, for those who don't know.
PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So PCOS is a hormonal imbalance. So we all as women have estrogen and testosterone. But with us, our estrogen takes a back seat and the testosterone takes over. So we do have cysts on our ovaries, but it's not the type of cyst that can explode, cause us to die. These are basically cysts that sit there. I'm still learning, so I'm not too familiar of what they're made up of, but I do know that during my fertility journey, I was told that I had like a plethora of eggs. So normally we don't ovulate regularly. So, in the middle of a month or whenever you have your menstrual cycle, you'll shed those eggs and you get new ones. Mine just continue to multiply. So that's enough, and that's the reason why when we go to fertility, it's a tedious process. Because if you do an IUI or IVF and they inject sperm into you, you are at risk for having like a lot of multiples. Yeah. Because your body has so many eggs and so is ready to attack it at any given moment. So with us, we have to follow really a low carb and a high protein diet. And breakfast is key for us, which I'm so bad at breakfast. But
girl, breakfast, me too. I can't stand no breakfast.
It's ridiculous. How many eggs can you eat? But breakfast is really important for us. Staying hydrated. knowing what type of PCOS you had, what are your driving factors. For me, mine's is inflammation. Like sometimes I would get a feeling of having tingling in my lower extremities, like my feet, my hands, and stuff like that. And I want to know, because that's usually a symptom for diabetics.
Right,
So
right.
when I went to the doctors, I'm like, hey, like, fix these fingers. But he tied it into PCOS to let me know it's the inflammation in my body. So I have to eat a lot of anti-inflammatory things, blueberries, and things like that.
Okay.
So that's a lot. But PCOS, it's a big thing to tackle. We just have to work on things specifically for PCOS.
And how long have you been diagnosed with PCOS?
Ooh, I've had, I want to say I had it all my life because I guess I'm born with my hormones. But I didn't know until I was about 18. I went to school to be a medical assistant. And during that time, I learned about I learned medical terminology, I learned pharmacology, I learned things to look out for, things to ask. Because a lot of times when you go to the doctors, even if they do, because no doctor, don't let them tell you they do, no doctor knows about PCOS. Because you're fighting the inside of my body.
Wow. And
PCOS can go on inside of you for so long and you'll never know that it's happening. I have a person that I know has children, had a regular life, didn't find out until almost 35 that, oh, I have PCOS.
Wow. Did she have a hard time conceiving?
No problems at all.
But you said there's different types of PCOS. So just because somebody may have PCOS and have a hard time conceiving, somebody else with PCOS may not. Right.
Not at all. So all of our symptoms, there's a list of symptoms. You may only have, I know people with PCOS who only experience hirsutism, which is the unwanted hair growth. Some people have hyperpigmentation. Some people have the belly fat. Some people have a Coke bottle shape and have PCOS.
Wow. See, because I thought the apple belly was like the main sign of having PCOS. Wow, I did not know that.
It's a dead giveaway. Because I have studied it and I look every time I tell them I'm talking about it, I'm researching about it because, you know, I feel like PCOS should get the same attention as cancer. And I know cancer is very, very serious. Heart disease is very, very serious. But I feel as though anything that can potentially kill you if you're not informed about it should be taken very, very, very seriously.
That is. Right, that's true.
Definitely.
And touch on how your doctor, like, because you said you went to school to be a medical assistant. So through your studies, was you like, oh, well, maybe I have PCOS, and you brought it to your doctor's attention, or was your doctor the one who said, okay, let's test you for PCOS, or is there a test for PCOS?
Not at all. There's no test that I know of. When I turned 12, I got my menstrual cycle, and I didn't have another menstrual cycle until I was about 16. So I went 4 years with no menstrual cycle. So I'm 13, 14, and they're trying to give me birth control. Because birth control forces your your menstrual cycle to come on. So they want to give you birth control. And also they make money when you purchase this product. So when you go out, the doctor gets a portion, insurance gets a portion, everybody eats off of you taking this pill. But
that's why they always pushing it.
Right.
Every problem. I have a painful period. Let's get you some birth control. No, I don't want birth control.
And being on birth control too long can cause infertility.
Right, exactly.
So
even though they say, no, it's fine. Just get off of it for a few years and then try to have a baby. No.
But there's no test that I know of, and I brought it to my doctor. So once I started reading and talking to other people, I brought it to my doctor, and I went in. I get transvaginal ultrasounds. You'll get these if you go to a fertility doctor. One time I had a menstrual cycle that lasted 32 days. Heavy,
Ooh, no.
for 32 days.
Ooh.
My mom and my husband rushed me to the emergency room. When I got there, they did a transvaginal ultrasound to see if I had internal bleeding. I have no internal bleeding. They see the small little pockets on my ovaries. And I was able to tell
Was
them,
that a cyst?
yeah, they're cysts. So our ovaries look like they look like eggs. Everybody's ovaries look like 2 eggs. But on mine is an egg with a bunch of bumps on it. That's what it looks like. A bunch of cysts on it. And so I brought it to my doctor. And then once I brought it to my doctor, I was led to the fertility doctors and the endocrinologists and the doctors such as those. But nobody knows your PCOS like you do. You have to know what works for you.
That's crazy that you had to bring it to your doctor. Was this a doctor like you have been seeing for years? Like he has been tracking, you know, your weight for years and your progress and all that, like physicals, all that?
I went to in Philadelphia. Anybody knows it's a free clinic on 44th and Haverford in West Philly. Everybody in the hood go there. You're gonna be there all day, but you're gonna get seen. But I was going there from 2 days old until I was about 14, 15.
And this is with the same doctor? Or you get a different doctor every time?
Same doctor. And he tracked all of my stuff. And it wasn't like, you know, I was getting bigger. And I don't eat. I'm very, very picky. And I waste food like it's nobody business. I'm not a heavy eater. And with PCOS, we also can go a day without eating. And then once we get hungry, we start to get the shakes. And then that testosterone picks up and kicks in. Then we end up eating everything we see to fill that void. But when I went to the doctor, she would always tell me, she was an older Indian lady. And they're very, very, very bold in what they say. She was just like, you fat. You gotta
eat fat. You fat, eat salad.
That was her recommendation.
That's what she said.
That was her.
How ignorant. That's very ignorant.
I was like, I'm talking from a little girl from like 7 to the time I stopped seeing her. It was never a conversation. It was never let's take you and get this ultrasound. Let's take you and see what's driving it. But people think
like what's causing you to gain so much weight?
Right, because we have larger midsections. You don't exercise. You don't drink water. You don't enjoy.
That's not true
at all. Like I didn't choose this stomach. This stomach chose me, honestly. But it looks like somebody. This is my niece. She asked, "Are there any symptoms?"
Yes, what's the symptom?
Symptoms of PCOS. Hirsutism, which is the unwanted, whether it be on your chin, your sideburns, your back, your legs.
Is it like a lot? Characterize that. Like, is it a lot of unwanted hair? Because I know me and maybe several other women, I don't know. We have, you know, upper lip hair and we get our lip waxed. So should I be concerned or alarmed about that? Or would it be like abnormal hair growth everywhere?
What I will say about checking, I think that everybody should check. Everybody should read up. If you're a female, anything that a female can catch or can be diagnosed with, you should research it and talk to your doctor about it. I don't care if you're going for a regular checkup. If you feel as though you got this tingle or you just want to know, go get checked. But to answer your question, it could vary. So with me, I am a hairy person. I get the mustache. I got hair down here. I've had like a hair just grow right here. My mom has a hair growing on her eyebrow. She won't cut it, but it's really long and it's gray and black. So the symptoms are different for everybody, but if everybody was to check, then we would know.
Right.
What's going on?
What are some, I guess, more common symptoms?
Well, everybody's symptoms are different. So the list of that you'll get from like WebMD or the Mayo Clinic for PCOS: hirsutism, cystic acne, fatigue, migraines, depression, anxiety. All of those are symptoms of PCOS. And a lot of women, back to the hair, a lot of women, sometimes you'll see a woman and a woman can have a full grown beard. You see a woman with PCOS who has no hair. So it all really depends on
varies.
Yeah.
Okay. Does your mom have PCOS? I know you mentioned she had a hair.
I don't know. My mom is 56. So back in her times, it's not really, they didn't go to the doctors a lot, check on things. It was like, listen, you work, have a baby, this is working, it don't hurt, don't bother it. But she did go recently to the doctors and find out that she does have a fibroid. Because by the age of like 50, 52, I believe, you're supposed to stop having a menstrual cycle. Well, my mom has her menstrual cycle. Yeah, she still has it at 56.
Wow.
So they sent her for an ultrasound and she has a fibroid. So that could be another contributing factor.
So do they think the fibroid is causing her to still have a menstrual cycle, or?
It's not a menstrual cycle that you're having. So it's a uterine bleed. So anything that comes, basically, I believe, because, don't quote me, but I believe because it's in that family and it could be coming from your uterus, you go see a gynecologist for it. So it can be, it comes as a menstrual cycle does. It takes the same effect. It may come every 30 days or however long, and stay however long your menstrual is on. So I also have an aunt. She's 68. And for the longest, until I recently took her to the doctors a couple of months ago, she thought she was having a menstrual period. But for some reason, she's having a uterine bleed. And they still haven't found the cause of it. But it's many causes.
Oh, wow. Is this aunt on your mom's side?
No, this is on my dad's side.
On your dad's side. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, ladies, you gonna have to be an advocate for your own health, especially Black women.
1 second.
Unfortunately,
I'm still here.
Unfortunately, Black women, we definitely gotta be an advocate for our health, because we gotta be daggone near dying for them to really take our concerns seriously, which is very, very sad in America, but that's how it is. So you know your body best. So if you see something, that's strange, or something's, just different, make sure you bring that to your doctor's attention.
Definitely.
And if they seem to dismiss it, find you another doctor. Try to find you a Black woman doctor, or a doctor that looks like you. And I think that would be best.
And just piggybacking on a doctor thing, choose your doctor like you would choose your mate or your girlfriend.
Right.
I don't want a girlfriend or a mate that doesn't listen to me, doesn't try to understand me. I don't want a doctor who's talking over me. I don't want a doctor who brings in a list of pills, or a doctor that says to me, well, my friend such and such or my colleague tried this. Let's try this. No, let's not. I don't want to
I don't be trying stuff on me. I ain't your lab rat.
I don't want to be a guinea pig.
No.
I don't want to be your guinea pig. So if you don't have any science or any good results to back this up, let's just not try it. Let's not make me the example.
Right.
So I think that's definitely important when picking your doctor.
Definitely. So let's talk about your apple shape. Were you always heavier as a young girl, or did your apple shape come after you had your child? Let's talk about that.
I don't have any children.
What it is?
I am everybody's mom. I am. I have my.
I thought you were a little girl.
That is my niece. I'm a mom
Oh,
too.
that's your niece.
So I am mom
Okay.
to
Yeah, mom
everybody's
T. I'm a mom T too, girl.
Yes, I am a mom to everybody's kids. All the kids come to me. I love the kids. I love having kids. Kids are my passion.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been blessed yet to have one of my own, but we are working on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But I will say I've always been apple shaped, or it's always been there. But just recently, and when I say recently, I mean after 18, I started to
Mm-hmm.
I stopped because I would gain weight. I would see it. I'm like, you got to scale back. I see my arms getting bigger or my thighs getting bigger. But after 18, it seems like the only part that gets bigger is the midsection. And when I go to the gym, I have a mentor, a fitness coach, and when I was just explaining this to her, when I go to the gym and I run on a treadmill, my legs, like my calf muscles are like tight. Like I could choke an anaconda with my legs. And my arms have no like I have no like
No on fat.
weight, nothing there. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the midsection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I got to do some research on what kind of workouts the apple shaped women should do because I enjoy walking. So I do a lot of walking and treadmills, and that's just making my legs stronger, but my midsection is still fat.
I will say, where I used to work at, we did walk. Walking definitely helps you,
Okay.
but you have to walk. Like we used to walk from 50
Brisk
seconds,
walk,
right?
walk, run.
Jog almost.
Right.
We used to walk from 50-second in Haverford to 30-second in Haverford. So that's a good 20 blocks up, 20 blocks back.
Hmm.
If you would do that 2 or 3 times a week, drinking water, that helps. I know with PCOS, we have to do low intensity workouts. So, when you see these people
Okay.
go into the gym and they doing these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not for us because our our body is gonna go into survival mode and we're gonna start to produce more and more testosterone. So it's only making it worse.
Hmm.
So for us,
Okay.
they recommend doing low intensity workouts, walking, muscle training, like weight training and stuff like that. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm already big and stocky. Why would I muscle train? It works. Do I know exactly
Hmm.
how it works? No, I'm still studying it, but it does work. Something that
So,
can
like CrossFit or something like that.
right. Something
Okay.
that can get your heart moving, but not send your body in a shock.
Hmm.
Especially for us because if we do one of those workouts, we'll end up really, 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 really tired. And then at the end of the night, when normally a person will go drink a protein shake and go to bed and fast for the rest of the night, we'll have to go home and find something to suppress this headache, suppress
Yes.
this hunger feeling, or this craving that we have now received because of these high intensity workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. I
yep.
have noticed that. So I see I've been working out wrong. So that's something now that I know.
Definitely.
Okay, so this is the thing, apple shape. Let me see what's out there. How can I better, I guess, train my body
Mm.
and treat it better? So what was it like growing up as apple shaped? What was that like for you?
Okay. We're going to have a little transparency moment. I just left a business and they was like, be yourself. So I'm going to go and put that into action.
Yeah.
But growing up growing up with my shape was the worst experience, but I made it the best experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
when you are not shaped how everybody else is shaped, you're looked at like an alien and you're made.
Right.
And I don't blame the people who bullied me, ridicule me. I don't blame them. I blame the way you were raised and the environment that made you think that way. Because to this day, I'm ample shape, plus size and proud. But I find myself sometimes being judgmental. You may see somebody with something on and you're like, why she got that on? Well, why not? What makes your Coke bottle shape or your pear shape or your whatever shape, triangle, whatever, what makes your shape better than mine?
Exactly.
So definitely growing up was hard because, like I said, I have my weight in my midsection. I have absolutely no behinds. Okay, later
Me,
on I'm going,
no ass at all.
but girl, I'm going to buy one. Please believe me, I'm buying one. It's ASAP. But
We don't look. We gonna touch on that on our next slide.
period. But you know, it's not a praise shape, and it's not a shape that's on mainstream. So everybody believes that if you don't see it on TV, it's not good for you. So
Right. Or in the magazines.
exactly. So even to this day, when you look at these big high-end companies, the ones we always shop for and love, Fashion Nova, a lot of places, people are just getting into bringing the real girls in with the real pooches.
Yes. With the
You,
real belly. The big
yeah,
belly queen.
like when I see plus size people, you always see the ones with the flat stomachs and big
And the
butts
curve.
and curves.
Yes. And
You
big
never
butts.
see,
Yes.
you never see a I'm reading the comments. That's
Me too.
that's my mentor, and also she's a fitness coach. She's amazing.
Okay.
But you don't see it in the mainstream, so it's not praised. And what's crazy is I used to hate my shape. It's still a struggle every day, but I used to hate the way I look.
Yes.
Why can't I have that shape? Why can't I have them curves? Why can't I have that butt? But then when you realize the same people that are ridiculing you, if you look shade but no shade respectfully, when you look in their family, you see people who look like you or
Yes.
a little bit worse. And you be
Right.
like,
Like you're shaped like me, sir. What is your problem?
your mom got a belly, your auntie got a belly, your grandma got a belly, your sister got a belly, everybody got a belly. But you want your wife to be shaped like a Coke bottle because
Right.
that's what you see on mainstream. And if he has it, it gotta be cool.
Right. Right.
So definitely growing up, it was a lot of teasing, a lot of bullying. But I will say, with this apple shape, with one thing that I am most proud of, I am married.
Yeah. That's a beautiful ring right away.
Thank you.
He did good. How long you been married?
I've been married for Lord Jesus 4 years. 4 years married and 9 years together.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Black
That's,
love. I love it.
so I definitely feel like, one message I just want to tell her, like, love you for who you are. Get to know you.
Right.
Don't pay
Right.
attention to Instagram because Instagram mainstream will be having you think it's something wrong with you.
Yes.
And for the
Definitely.
longest, I'm thankful for people like my business mentor, Flora Lene, you, Christy, who I've met before I started tapping into Instagram and becoming an influencer. I didn't know that there was other people out here like me that looked like
Mm-hmm.
me and that had the same experiences. So yeah, I'm
Right.
definitely grateful.
Yes. That was my experience growing up as well as an apple shape. Like I said, I don't even think when I was thinking, I don't think I realized that I was bigger than the other girls or other people until somebody called me fat.
Right.
I didn't even realize like there was anything wrong with me until they brought it to my attention. I'm like, okay. And then, when you go home and you watch TV or you look at the magazines, back then, I'm a 90s baby, so I grew up like in the early 2000s. So back then, you didn't see other people that looked like you. So it did make me feel like, okay, so something's wrong here. Something's wrong with me because, my shape is not shown. It's not out there in the world. But little did I know, there are tons of other women that shape like me and look like me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I discovered with social media and with the my body positive journey, which I started about 2 years ago. Because before I, started this journey, I guess I would say I was one of them who was scrolling on Instagram and looking at the Fashion Nova models. And I'm like, okay, so is this the shape I'm supposed to be? Like, I kind of fell down that rabbit hole and that whole ideal shape.
Right.
But over the years, I accepted my body for what it is. Like, this is me. This is my body. And just because I carry more weight in my midsection does not make me less than anybody else, or does not make me, have to be less respected than anyone else. I still deserve the same amount of respect.
That part. And also, one thing that helped me look at my shape differently is thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? When you're plus size, when you go in for weight loss surgery or any type of surgery, you can have multiple things to work on. When I wake up, I thank God, I look at my belly and I'm like if I had a pair of scissors that could just chop through this joint and sew it up, it'd have been gone. But I'm thankful that I only have one area that I'm really, really concerned about. When I talk about my butt, I definitely want a butt just so I can twerk one time in my lifetime. That's all I want to do. One time in my lifetime. I want to get jiggy one time. But this midsection is a bothersome area for me.
Hmm.
And that's, but that's one area that bothers me. I could have 30 more areas that could bother me. So you have to be thankful for what you have.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
at the business event today, and a young lady mentioned that. Be grateful for what you have now while you wait for what you want.
Amen.
Because if you treat, like right now, I have to learn how to get fit and learn how to eat right. Because I can go
Right.
tomorrow and get a surgery, snatch it all off, and then with us being apple shaped, 2 months later, I can be right back where I started from.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you don't change your diet
Definitely. So it's
and
definitely
work out and stuff. Yeah.
learning about your body, what works for you, not what works for your friends or your mom, what works for you. Definitely.
Right.
Yep.
And what was it like, I guess, in your tween and teen years shopping, like, back to school clothes? Or did you have like a uniform? How was it shopping as a apple-shaped queen when you were younger?
So in full transparency, I was husky. So I had to go, it was one store for husky
Uh-huh.
people. So I lived down the bottom in West Philly. And down the bottom is this place called the Avenue. Do not go, would not recommend, stay clear if you come to Philly.
Aren't they
But
still open?
what store?
Is that like a
Oh no, no,
kind of
no,
like a
no, no.
franchise store like Main Brand?
No. The Avenue
Oh,
is Lancaster Avenue for down the bottom. We just call it
oh,
the Avenue. Like a lot of places
okay.
in Philly, Woodland Avenue, the Avenue, every place is the Avenue. If you from the neighborhood, you just shorten it to the Avenue. But
Oh, okay.
Lancaster Avenue, it was a store called Jack and Jill's. I would go in there. It was Asian owned. And when I come in, they point you to the back. It was a husky department. It was about this big, that big. They push you
Mm.
all the way to the back. You go get the husky stuff, and all the husky stuff, it look husky. Like, it don't fit. It look husky. So it make you look broader than what you are. That's where I had to shop. And because of so right now, on the top, I lost some pounds. But starting out on my top, I was a 2X. And on my bottom, I was a medium, easily.
Mm.
So when I go in the store, yes, I do this. Don't judge me. When I buy 2 pieces, I need one size top and another size bottom.
The matching sets, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm the same way. You switch them out in the stores off the
Definitely.
hanger.
Yes. and be hot and like you stealing something. I'll be in the back like, babe, hold this.
Oh,
Hold this medium. So I'll get this 2X off the top. Because
oh my goodness.
it is so hard shopping. And that's why I created my own brand. I have ᴘᴏᴏs Fashion Boutique. We're a
Yes.
plus size fashion boutique that specifically targets apple shaped women, and teaching you how to dress your apple shape. But some people are comfortable with the apple shape and some people want to cover it. There's ways to cover it and there's ways to flaunt it.
Yeah.
So I want to show
Right.
people both ways, because some days, like today, I woke up, I hated it. I had to get up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I hated it today, and tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and have on a crop top and some shorts.
Right.
So, there's different ways to do it and pull it off, but we have to create a lane for ourselves. Right now in
Yes, we do.
mainstream, there's really not a lane for us. So we have to create a lane, and just like you'll see a group of influencers that meet up that are Coke bottle shaped. They're just whatever. We have to start that meetup, start that
Yes.
sisterhood.
Yes.
I have all types of girlfriends. I have stick figures. I have Coke bottle shaped. I got a girlfriend that's stacked like cash. Her body is banging. But it's good to have girlfriends that look like you, and family members and friends and people that you can, connect with.
Right. That is true. And with me, growing up and shopping, we had Girls Plus up here. I'm in North Carolina, so we had like this Girls Plus section, and the only store that I can recall that carried the Girls Plus was JCPenney. So that was like my go-to store as a tween, was them. But other than that, like when I got a teenager in middle school and high school, I remember my mom taking me to like Catherine's. I think they're owned by Lane Bryant. And no shade to Lane Bryant. I think they might have changed their clothes. I don't know. I personally do not shop there. But their clothes is just like, I don't know, like a bank teller clothes, the old lady clothes. I just did not. I did not like the style, like especially as a teenager. Like I don't want to wear this going to school looking like the teacher. Like I don't want to wear this. I don't like
All their
it.
clothes are shaped a certain way. Like if you look at it,
Yes.
and pull a hanger. Like I shop there because their bras is popping. They going $25.
Yeah, I do like that bra lingerie.
$25 sale, everybody. But when you look, just pull a hanger. If you go to a plus size place, just pull a hanger. Everything is shaped like this. You'll never find something that just looks like the stuff you'll see in a junior missus section or a petite section. For some reason,
right.
all shaped
I understand you gotta make it cut bigger, but I mean you can shape it. Like, oh girl, shopping was the worst. But I will say, I think it's gotten better. What you think?
It definitely has gotten better because, like I was saying, we created a lane. There's people who are now saying, like, I got a belly. I want to dress this belly. My belly is not going away anytime soon. It's here. It's in your face. Now, I'm going to create something that I can dress this belly.
Do you feel like, let's see, do you feel like the brands are acknowledging the apple-shaped queens, or you think they're still making clothes for more of the curvy?
I would say there's a lot of small businesses that are acknowledging the apple shape, but it's not enough big brands that's acknowledging the apple shape at all.
So, okay, the big brands aren't acknowledging it.
I feel like they want to sell a fantasy. And most people, respectfully, do not fantasize a big belly. Because when you think of big bellies, they associate it with being unhealthy, being disgusting, being sweaty, being this, being that.
Right.
So I feel like they're trying, but they're scared. Because for 40, 50 years, I've been making money off flat stomachs and big butts. So now you want me to do flat butts and big stomachs?
Right, right. Like,
Nobody
where's
wants
the money in that?
right. Definitely. Right.
Right. So I feel like us as Apple Belly Queens, I feel like we're taking like their fashion, well, the fashion that they're giving us, the big mainstream brands, and learning how to dress our body
Right.
with what we're given. And I feel like what we're giving now is tons, a lot, 10 times better than it was back then.
Definitely.
So what are your pros and cons with being apple shaped?
My pros, as you can
Girl,
see,
it's hard for me to find a pro. I only have one pro.
listen, in the notes I sent you, girl, I got question marks. I literally asked my husband, I'm like, what's a pro? But I will say, speaking of a pro, I would say a pro would probably be proof that we can get through anything. And when I say that, when you were given an apple belly, you were given something special. You were given a conversation piece. Because whether you like the conversation that people have about you or you don't, they're having a conversation about you. So
Yep.
when you see me walk past, you know what I'm saying? You're going to look. You may look in a good way, you may look in a bad way, but I'm edged in your brain. So
Yep.
that definitely is a pro
You
for me.
think about it like that. My pro was definitely that we're unique. We're definitely unique, uniquely shaped and made in God's image. That was the only little pro I had. What are some of your cons? Let me I got to close this curtain right quick. Go ahead though. What's some of your cons?
I would say a con is
Why you get quiet?
I'm trying to.
Oh,
A con is
well,
definitely
that's good. You have to think about them.
a
Because I was rattling my cons off.
having a heavier midsection makes it harder to do certain things. When it gets to a certain point, bending over becomes harder.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely have to, self-care is a must, top priority. When you are
Yes.
plus size, your showers, that's the job. That turns into something, that you have to do, and you have to focus on those areas. Because if
Right.
not, you can start to get hyperpigmentation, you can start to get blistering, because these things are pockets. If you have a pocket, like when you wash your clothes, you may got lint in that pocket. When you take that load of clothes out, you're going to have lint on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to put self-care first and make sure that that area stays dry, that skin moisturize. When you moisturize, girl, lift up that belly. Don't be afraid of it. It belongs.
Yes. Lift up that fupa. Clean up under that fupa, ladies.
Pick it up. Treat it like
Pick it
it's your
up.
arms. You don't want ashy elbows. You don't want an ashy fupa.
Mm-mm.
So
That's true.
those are my cons. What about you?
My cons was just having a low hanging belly. My belly hangs low. Like, I just wish my belly could be in this compartment where it's supposed to be. Like, so that would definitely be a con, having the lower hanging bellies. My major con was that it's harder to lose weight in your midsection. Like, I can lose weight everywhere else, my face, arms, legs. But with the apple belly, it's just so hard. It's so
I
hard to
know.
lose weight in your midsection.
Definitely. It's like and the only thing they tell you is do a crunch.
That don't work, girl. I remember one time I had bought this like ab roller thing, thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do like 20 of these a day. I'm gonna get my belly small. Ain't that work.
At all.
Hey.
Hey, nah.
Yeah, that was definitely
No,
definitely con for me. Just losing weight part.
definitely. Yeah.
Hmm. How do you feel about shapewear? Do you wear shapewear? Like, do you wear Spanx as Apple
I've
Belly
never
Queen?
had Spanx per se, but I do wear sometimes I do wear shapewear. But for me, I have yet to find a shapewear because our bellies sit low. Like I have a waist trainer from Amazon. When I tell you it snatches all this top part, like they be my old coworkers tell you, they be my breasts be up here. Like they be at attention. I love the waist trainer, but it doesn't get the bottom part
The
because it's so
fupa.
much to contain. And I feel as though when I still wear shapewear, like I still see it. It doesn't really make a
But
difference to me.
it doesn't make a difference with your belly.
Yeah, not to me. It's
Hmm.
definitely some shapewear that I think that excuse me, I still haven't tried. So
Hmm.
I can't speak to all shapewear. But for me sometimes it suppresses it a little bit. But me, I'm the type of person I like to be free. So if
Okay.
I'm like at an event and I got on a shaper, 9 times out of 10, I'm going in the bathroom and taking it off because it feels like you have an outfit on under your outfit.
Hmm.
Then when you add
Hmm.
makeup, hair, jewelry, heels, it's a
Chat
recipe
it
for
up.
disaster. No,
Well,
man.
I would say I am definitely I would say a shapewear connoisseur.
Mm,
I remember when the shapewear, well, I was first introduced to shapewear in college. That
okay.
was my first time wearing them. And I first started with the ones that had like the bra in them. But now, they got ones where you can wear your own bra. Recently, I have been doing, I guess, like more hauls and going out without shapewear. And I don't know, it feels okay. I mean, I don't feel self conscious with how I look without it on. I guess like when I'm not wearing shapewear, I wear like certain outfits. Like I will wear leggings with a big top because I know that'll cover my apple belly. But if I'm like going out, like to the club or something, putting a dress on, girl, yes, that's me. I'm in the shapewear, got the hair, got the makeup. It's a lot. And that might be why I don't go out often.
Definitely.
Because it is a lot. It's very restricting. So now what I'm doing as I, you know, undergo my, I guess, journey of how to dress my apple belly, I'm trying to stay away from the clingy stuff because the clingy stuff is what I'm definitely gonna need shapewear with versus like the white dress I had on not too long ago, what has like ruffles to conceal your apple belly. So I'm learning what to stay away from.
Definitely. And another tip, a lot of people don't know about A-line dresses. So with us apple shaped
Mm.
women, we don't have a definitive we have a waist, but we don't have that waist look. So when you wear an A-line dress, it cinches in your waist. And
Okay.
it flares out, so it gives you a waist. And
Mhm.
also wearing belts, like accent belts, anything that
Mhm.
gives you a waist look and gives you that model Tyra Banks just look, that's
Right.
good for your apple shape because it creates the illusion of a waist while still covering your apple belly. If
Mhm.
that's what you're going for.
Right. Right. Yeah, I like the little belt styles too. How you feel about some people call it putting your belly in your pants.
Girl,
How
my
you
belly
feel about it?
in my pants, that is gonna remain in my pants until that doctor cut it off. It's gonna be in these pants.
That's what I do too. They be like, your belly don't belong in leggings. Who belly? Because my belly all up in them damn leggings, okay?
but the same people that tell you that, their bellies are in their leggings. You just can't see it.
Right.
If your leggings is sitting under your stomach, that's wild uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody leggings pulls up to their waist. Where's your waist? In the belly area. The only
Right.
difference between my belly being in my leggings and your belly is that you may see mine more.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's the only difference.
I'm going to be comfortable.
I
My
know
sister
that's
asks me
right.
all the time, she be like, why you put your stuff? Because, okay, me and sister have a relationship. And she's going in these pants and it's everything,
Mm-hmm.
for real.
Yeah. The only thing about that, another con with being apple belly, is it makes you like you have to wear bigger pants. Like your waist really ain't that big, but since you put your stomach in it, yeah, you got to have enough room to accommodate your stomach. That
That's
reminds me, like when I was in high school, I remember it was this one girl. She was heavier, she was heavy set, and she wore her pants like I guess on her hips or whatever. Like her belly would hang over. Like she didn't put her belly in her pants, and I was just like, I can't go out like that. I
it.
just,
I mean, to each his own, but it hurts.
yeah.
Like,
You said it hurts.
yeah, like if I'm sitting, you know how you take off something that's too tight and you got that. What can I use an example? Girl, your bra. When you take your bra off at the end of the day, you got that line and you got a
Hmm.
scratch and it feel like
Yeah.
you just released something. That's the feeling you would get, I believe, from letting it just hang on top of your belt buckle, on top of the jeans
Oh
buckle.
yeah. You might get a cut. Yeah.
No.
I remember I used to get them lines. I used to have lines on my stomach from my shapewear. That's one reason why I had to take a break from them. I'm like, I'm starting to get lines on my skin from where I wear my shapewear. Like, gotta take a break from these.
Definitely. And another thing with shapewear, I don't like when it rolls.
Oh yeah, see, they got some better ones now that do not roll down your rolls. I think it's Honey Love. Those are really good because I got rolls, child. I ain't got time for them to be rolling down my rolls and hurt my back. Mm-mm.
For real.
No, that is crazy. Oh yes, this was a good talk tonight. I feel like I have something else to say. Oh, do you stuff in your shirts? How do you wear like tucked in shirts and in your pants? Because I don't know, for some reason, a lot of I've heard a lot lately. A lot of big girls are kind of self conscious about tucking in their shirts and their pants, and letting the fupa be shown and all that, especially as apple bellies.
Me, Suffer now is not suffer 2 years ago. So two
Hmm.
years ago, you wouldn't catch me dead stuffing no shirts in my pants. I'm not wearing I would even go as far as wearing like almost like a kimono everywhere I go to cover up the back section. So me
Hmm.
now, I
Your
have
back section, is it like your back rolls, or
back, butt, everything behind. So
huh?
I would try to cover because also when we wear like something tucked in or not something flowy, you
Hmm.
those are made to show your shape. So you're going to
Hmm.
see more that I have a flat butt. You're going to see that I have
Right.
an apple belly. You're going to see
Hmm.
all of me.
Hmm.
So I was not willing to do that a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
And now I'm
But
at the
except
point
for today.
she willing to try. I'm not listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not all the way there. I am not.
Go
I have
ahead.
gotten better,
Uh huh.
I've gotten better. I'm definitely better. Pray for me, but I'm not all the way there. Cause sometimes
Okay.
I will change, and I will change an outfit 4, 5, 6, 7 times, literally.
But I think that's normal for women. Like even like stick women, they change several times. That oh, you feel uncomfortable. You
Yeah,
know, they're like, I'm fat in this. You know, I feel like that's just us as women.
but I
Like
think
every day is not gonna be rainbows and sunshines. It's
right,
just not.
right. But part of me becoming an influencer and trying to learn how to dress my body and figuring out what my body type is because with mine, I will literally run myself crazy. So by the time I leave out, now I may have liked this last outfit I have on that I went out with, but now I got a headache. I'm sweating. I'm totally out of my mind space
Hmm.
because I have ran myself crazy and thinking about what others will think about me. And almost
Yeah.
99.99% of the time, people, nobody cares, honestly.
They don't.
Nobody
I
gives a
really
darn
don't.
what you're wearing. You will run
Mm-mm.
yourself crazy worrying about what they're thinking, and nobody's thinking about you. It's good you may have 1 or 2 people that are thinking about you, but no, people have so much going on. Nobody's thinking about you.
Right.
Wear what makes you comfortable.
Mm-hmm. What you're comfortable in and what makes you happy. But
Exactly.
yeah, no, I haven't tucked my shirt in yet either. I'm not there yet because I ain't got no ass either, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not there yet.
I ain't there. Not
Because
here.
I'm all about what flatters my body shape, and I just don't with my apple belly. How like I just don't feel like it's gonna flatter my shape, so I don't
And
stuff
definitely
my shirt.
liking your people confuse being an influencer with being perfect. I'm not perfect by any means
Mm-hmm.
necessary. I
Right.
want to learn how to be the best me I can be. I'm never going to be perfect. So don't look for it, don't
Mm-hmm.
ask for it. You can be a plus size influencer. It's a young lady. Her name is, I think, Shawn Melson. I don't know if you follow her, but she has a company. And when she does her videos, her lives, you'll see her. She has a petite model, a medium sized model, and
Oh, okay.
she'll have an apple shaped model, a plus size model, and she dresses everybody.
Okay.
So me
I
personally,
gotta follow her.
I'm on a weight loss journey, but I will forever be apple shaped. My brand will forever represent for apple shaped women because we don't have representation.
We don't.
So, you may see an apple shaped, female like me or Chrissy, and we're not comfortable with tucking our shirts in. And you may see an apple shaped woman who's perfectly okay with it. At the end of the day, we're still all
Mm-hmm.
apple shaped. We still can influence the community. We still can build the
Right.
audience and build the community without,
Right.
feeling bad about
Right.
making changes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I see there's a comment, Skims is a good shapewear. Okay. I heard that. I heard the Skim sizing is funny. I definitely want to try them though. I might do a haul with them. I
I
was thinking
heard,
about comparing Skims to Yeti.
yeah. Actually, I saw a young lady at a business seminar yesterday. She had on Yeti,
Mm-hmm.
and her body was
Mm-hmm.
banging, like,
Mm.
and it fits so good. And they have the Yeti has the elastic at the top of the tights, so they fit and they don't
Uh-huh.
roll.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
and
gonna try Yeti.
I wanted to ask you, if
Uh-huh.
you were cool with this, at the end of the live or next time in the beginning or whatever, I wanted to take a couple of businesses. If you could write down a couple from your city, wherever, and just like shout
Okay.
out
Okay.
influencers, businesses, anybody that you know. I think that would be good to like some promo.
Definitely. I definitely can do that. Okay, so how you feel about bikinis?
Ooh, you getting
Two
spicy,
piece bikini.
spicy, spicy, spicy.
The real two-piece bikinis, not the high-waisted ones.
Right. So, okay, where we going with this? So as far as bikinis, me personally,
Bikinis and the apple shapes. How you feel? You personally.
well, me personally first, I steer away from bikinis. Um,
Okay.
my dress type, I try to be modest, in my dressing. So
Mm-hmm.
certain things I'm uncomfortable in, not because of my shape,
Okay.
but because of my beliefs.
Hmm.
Respectful. But for
Okay.
apple-shaped women, I feel as though, like I said before, go with what makes you comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to have something to say because it's not mainstream. But if
Right.
you're comfortable in it and it makes you feel good, it makes you look good, I say wear it. Wear what makes you, wear what you love, wear what makes you feel comfortable. Now, what I will
Mm-hmm.
say, I have a PSA. This has been bugging me since I was younger.
Okay.
Save your bikinis for the beach, maybe. The Turks and Caicos getaway. Let's leave
Uh-huh.
the bikinis home at the children's indoor water parks.
Oh yeah, no. You
Let's
trying to
not
catch some
do that.
daddy out there?
And I will say that, like I said before, I'm not perfect. I I'm an influencer, and I'm definitely for wear what makes you feel comfortable. But I also think we have to be intentional with what we do.
Hmm.
Because when you go to a kid water park, kids say whatever's on their mind. So
You
when
said you
you
gonna do
have
what?
kids say whatever's on their mind.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So
kids are the worst. I
they
do not
are.
like kids.
I love them and
You're
I hate them.
mean.
They are. But also, you know, certain things stick in a child's mind. And, when they're at the kiddie water park, you want them to think about water, having a good time, enjoying life. But instead, when you're on the float, your boob is popping out. And the kids is like, well, Mom, what's that? And
Booby.
right. And maybe their mom is not ready to talk about it.
Right.
So I definitely say just be intentional with what you do. And if you do choose to wear it, I support you. If you do choose to wear it, be okay with the response you get. Because no matter what
Right.
you do, you're going to get a response, whether it's good or whether it's bad. You just have to be able to weed out what you allow to, sink into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes, that
bikini
is
talk.
true. Well, I don't know how I feel about bikinis. I think I like them. I mean, I've been trying to wear them. I
Mhm.
think I don't know. I don't know. I guess like a love-hate relationship with them.
Right.
It's, yeah, that's all I have to say. Because I don't know. I just feel like, because sometimes in bikinis, my fupa be hanging out the side. And I love my fupa, but can you just stay in? Like,
Yeah, like pick a place
I
and
don't want
stay
it
there.
hanging out the side. Huh?
Right. I said pick a place and stay there.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. But even though they say high waisted, some people say high waisted bikinis aren't real bikinis. I feel like the high waist is perfect for apple shapes.
Mhm.
I feel like, if you never wore a bikini before and you're, I guess, subconscious about your belly, not an apple shape, try a high waisted bikini first.
Right.
Because I like those.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Those
But
work.
bottom line is wear whatever makes you feel comfortable and makes you happy.
Definitely.
It's the bottom line. Okay, so you said you wanted to shout out some brands at the end. You said local?
It can be local, international, whoever you know. So I'll start out.
Houston.
My
Mm-hmm.
first person I want to shout out is my friend. Her name is Tiana, and she owns ᴘᴏᴏs 215. You'll see her in the comments. Her Instagram name is TEE_A_LOONS 215. She does
Mm-hmm.
everything from party decor to treats. She does it all. She also has a balloon business where she puts your gifts inside a balloon. So
Ooh.
she can do anything, a small bottle of E&J. She can put lottery tickets,
In a balloon?
clothes in a balloon.
Okay,
In a balloon.
son.
So when you show up to grandma's house on grandma's birthday or Christmas or whatever you guys celebrate, your gift is in a balloon. Who you know got gifts in a balloon? So
Right.
grandma don't gotta unwrap no gifts. You ain't gotta go buy no tape. Grandma can take her little safety pin. Everybody grandma got a safety pin.
Mm-hmm.
Pop the balloon, confetti, anything can fly out. And then grandma got all her gifts laid out on the table.
Oh,
And until
I
my
like
girlfriend,
that.
until she started this business, I never heard of it before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely like a good
Does
business.
she ship her balloons, or is it just local?
I would have to ask her. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure, but if she doesn't do it, it's coming soon. It's definitely coming.
Okay.
It's definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Do you want me to keep going or you want to go?
I just want to shout out Mish Dollhouse. That's MESH_DOLLHOUSE. Mish Dollhouse is an empowerment group for us plus size queens.
Oh,
And she empowers us and uplift us. So I love Mish Dollhouse. It's definitely a movement we gotta continue to have. It's built on sisterhood. And I want to just shout out to my majestic 14 sisters. That's all my shout outs for tonight.
definitely. Um, I can do another one. Do you have like a time limit on how long we can be?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Girl, I ain't
Um,
saying that. This is only like my third live. I ain't familiar with these lives.
um, another person I want to shout out. Her name is Go Getter J. Her Instagram is GOGETTERJEA. And she is amazing. She does LLCs, trademarks. She can get you business credit, personal credit, anything you need. She can get it for you. If you looked on my page, my pop-up shop from yesterday, the seminar,
Mm-hmm.
it was her event. It's done like once or twice a month. I want to say about once a month. She does those at the location we were at yesterday. And she's very, very helpful. She has taught me, since meeting her, I knew how to do LLCs in 2 places. I'm now up to 6 different states that I offer my services to start people's LLCs. I have my businesses currently under review to trademark all my names and my phrases and everything, all thanks to her. So she's definitely a good person to tap into. She goes live every day, all day. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
catch a Go Getter J live every day. And she also has grant information for us as business owners. We don't always want to go and get a loan. She has grant information. You can join her close friends or her grant access
Okay.
group, and you pay monthly and you get all this free information. So you're paying about $30 a month and you can make about 6 figures if you really apply the information.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. I'm gonna have to check her out. And Miss T. I'll check both of them out.
I'll definitely send it to you.
Yes. Well, this was a good conversation tonight. I had a good time.
I
Talk
did.
about this apple cake.
I was rushing. Oh my
Girl, me too. I was in the house rushing.
It was
I'm
crazy.
like, what was I doing? Let me get these note cards and stuff together. But we did it. What
Definitely.
we
I
got next?
so
We're gonna do body positive next. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do next.
uh,
Body positive. Yeah, we gotta brainstorm what we got next.
definitely. I know we wrote down. We're going to talk about surgeries. The pros and cons to that. Um, what else did we talk about? By next time, I want to be more in depth. I'll have some more information about PCOS. Um,
Okay.
I'm interested in also getting possibly some PCOS specialists. I know there's a couple nutritionists, dietitians, um, people that I can reach out to, and hopefully they'll join and give us some
Okay.
information. Um, yeah.
Yes, we'll be brainstorming, but there'll definitely be another one probably next month. I'm gonna let you close out, but this is your platform, PJs and PCOS. Oh, I want to thank you for reaching out to me and having me on. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
But definitely, PJs and PCOS is something new that I've started. Um, I have tons of business ideas, and I just realized and just learned to not put everything under one business.
Hmm.
So my businesses I'm gonna have different businesses for different things. But PJs and PCOS does fall under me being an influencer. Um and with PJs and PCOS, it's going to be, I want it to be a weekly conversation. It's going to be Instagram Live, next time Facebook Live, and I want to stream it to my YouTube channel as well. And the reason I named it PJs and PCOS is because I have PCOS. And when I'm in my PJs is when I'm the most comfortable. When you see me, outside and everything, when I get dressed up, I'm going to present a look. I'm going to work. I'm going to do something. But when I'm in the house with my hair tied up, my friends gonna laugh because I ain't got hair right now. But when I got my hair tied up and I'm laying in the bed and I'm relaxing, that's when I'm the most comfortable, and that's when I'm the most authentically myself. So I want to share that part. And PJs and PCOS will also be featuring my husband, John. We're going to be
Okay.
having conversations about how it is being married to someone with PCOS, because we're very hormonal. And, people think it's bad when you're hormonal. Like a woman get a menstrual cycle every month. So you may be hormonal for 7 to 10 days. Me, myself, I'm hormonal 365.
Oh, wow.
So it's hard being married to a person. It may be hard, it may not. It may be hard being married to someone who has these issues, and my husband is a stick figure.
Hmm.
So, we gotta decide what to eat, and I'm cooking the meals. So for him, I can cook a steak, but me, I gotta have this baked chicken or
Hmm.
something different. So I will say that I really, really love him, and I'm happy to have him because he's very, very supportive in all my craziness when I be trying all these diets. Everybody in the house eating sea moss and
Oh, Lord.
sea moss and grass. But definitely we're gonna do this together. And while I'm talking about him, he has a brand. It hasn't launched
Okay.
yet, but his brand is called North 37. My husband
Hmm.
is from North 37th Street. And he commented, "Stick figure is a bit harsh." Right. But his brand is called North 37. He's from 37th Street. And he has a plan to basically take over the bottom, come back and give back to where he's from. Um,
Great.
yeah, so we're just trying to level up and leverage it, you know. do what we can to make it.
Right. It's great. So once again, thank you for having me. This was great
Thank
tonight.
you.
Good conversation. I can't wait for the next round. We got to figure out what we're going to talk about next.
Definitely. I'll be reaching out to you more than just about this.
Of
Definitely.
course. You got my number, girl.
Definitely like to talk to you about other things and, motivate each other.
Yeah.
I know you're going to, my niche is coming. I learned so much from this. I enjoy this. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching.
And what was I going to say to you?
You said I know something.
Girl,
I know you're going to.
what was I going to say? That's the shade. I got dementia.
I know you don't.
Oh, I was saying, I know you're going to save it. Can you send it to
Yes.
me? Because I wanted to post it to my page as well.
Okay.
And I was hopefully,
Yes, let me figure out how to do it.
I'm going to see if I can upload it to my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So that get works.
Well, let me know if you upload it to your YouTube channel. Tag me. You follow me on YouTube. Did you send me your YouTube so I can follow you?
Okay.
You're going to have to send me all this information.
We're going to have a transparency moment. Didn't start it yet. I'm working on it. I'm getting better.
You know what?
I'm working. It'll be out. It definitely is going to be out soon.
I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to get soon as in a month.
Like soon as I'm working on it tonight. My first project for the night is to create that account. At least create it. I'm working on getting a YouTube intro or outro made. Nothing too fancy, just something simple to start off for now. So I'm working on it right now.
Have you checked Fiverr?
Fiverr, no. I do have that.
For like freelancers.
I have a young lady. Her Instagram is SAR SAR Law Films, SAR Law Films, and she was mine before because I used to have a channel.
Oh.
I think I hear thunder, but I do have a channel. Well, I did have a channel where I did a lot of mukbangs with the kids in my life, my husband, and stuff like that. So she did the one for that one as well.
Okay. I'll check her out too. I need some things done on my YouTube. Well, that's good. I'm gonna check in with you tomorrow and make sure you create that account.
I got you.
Be your accountability partner.
I appreciate it.
You appreciate it now, so I'm like, okay, you got your YouTube account up. Okay, when's the first video? You're gonna be like, you know what?
I'm not answering her today.
You're gonna leave me on red.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Definitely.
All right, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night.
Thank you. Yeah, Andy.